Welcome back everyone to Trina's Eats and Treats. I hope you all had a fantastic week this week. So for this recipe today, it is going to be a Trina's Eat. And you all know if it's a Trina's Eat, it's going to be the supper meal, dinner meal, whatever you want to call it. For today's recipe, it is a recipe that my mom gave me many years ago. She's made it quite a bit. It's always been delicious. It's a meal that you can't go wrong. And it's called barbecue chicken. Now, of course, as you know by now, when you watch my videos, the very first thing I say when I introduce my recipe, preheat your oven. This week, you need to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, which I already have done. Again, this recipe, as you know, I like all of my recipes to be very simple. And also, as you can see today, I already have my chicken already cleaned and put in the roaster. For this recipe, I do like to use a roaster. However, if you have a glass dish with a cover, you can certainly use that as long as all of your chicken fits in nicely. So I have 3 chicken breasts in there, and mine are boneless, skinless chicken breasts. You can do a full chicken, thighs, legs, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. This recipe works for all chicken. And it's a really tasty recipe, and we're going to get started. The ingredients. What you're going to need for the ingredients for this. And all of these go into a bowl. So as I'm introducing the ingredients, I'm going to mix them up in my bowl. First thing you need is a 1/4 cup white vinegar. That goes in. 1/4 cup of white vinegar. Next thing you need is a cup of ketchup. In goes the cup of ketchup. Next thing you need is 1 cup of water. I'm going to go to the sink here, get my cup of water in the same one. Cup of water. Next thing you need is 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Is that how you pronounce that? Worcestershire sauce? 2 teaspoons of this. 1, 2. Next thing, 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I already have my brown sugar in here, and make sure you pat it down so you have a nice, it's packed down really nicely, so it's a full cup of packed brown sugar. Put that in here. There you go. Next, you put in 1 chopped onion. Around this size, regular medium onion. I already have 1 chopped right there and ready to go in the bowl. And as you can see, my pieces are pretty small, so I cut it up pretty good. Next thing you need is a couple pinches of salt and pepper. Salt, 1 pinch, 2 pinches. Pepper, 1 pinch of pepper, 2 pinches of pepper. Next thing you need is 2 teaspoons of mustard. This is just regular classic yellow mustard. Oops. Get this to go down better. There you go. There's 1. 2. And then last but not least, you need 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. 1, 2. So to go over that again, you need a 1/4 cup of vinegar, white vinegar, 1 cup of ketchup, 1 cup of water, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1 onion chopped, 2 pinches of salt and 2 pinches of pepper, 2 teaspoons of classic yellow mustard, and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And that's it. That's all that goes in your bowl are those ingredients. Actually, when I was doing up the recipe to do today for the video, I think I had every single thing I needed in just my pantry other than the chicken and the potatoes. So most of this stuff people would already have in their own pantries. And all you do is you mix this together really well. And this is really, really tasty. I do have to say, this is a nice meal. Now this is mixed up really nicely. And all that happens now is you gently pour this over your chicken. So as you can see, this renders quite a bit of liquid. And so what I do now is I put this in the oven for 1 hour and 15 minutes on 350. Now the reason I'm putting it in for 1 hour and 15 minutes is because the boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I'm using are completely thawed. So if you're putting in, 3 or 4 chicken breasts like this to feed your family, 1 hour and 15 minutes on 350, if they're completely thawed, should be fine. Now, if you're the type of person that you like to put in a full chicken, you would already know how long you would put your full chicken in for on a regular basis. You would need to put it in for around the same time, maybe to give it an extra 10 or 15 minutes, but around the same time you would ordinarily put in your whole chicken for. And then we put the cover on this, and like I said, 1 hour and 15 minutes on 350. And before we put this in on 350, for 1 hour and 15 minutes, I do want to say, you're probably wondering, what do I have as a side dish with this meal? Well, the side dish that I have with this meal is just plain mashed potatoes. And so what we're going to do is, I'm not going to do the mashed potatoes because I'm certain that everybody who's watching this video would know how to cook potatoes. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to peel a few spuds, and I'm going to get them ready, and I'm going to, when we meet back here in 1 hour and 15 minutes, when this is cooked, I'm going to have my mashed potatoes ready to go, and we're going to put all this together, and I'll see you in 1 hour and 15 minutes. All right, folks, see you back soon. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so as you can see, the chicken is out of the oven. Now, I've already cooked my potatoes, and I already got them mashed, and I just put in a little bit of salt, a little bit of butter, a little bit of milk, just enough to make them a bit creamy. And like I say, I didn't go over that because everybody knows how to do that anyway. The main thing here is the chicken. So we're going to open up the chicken so you can see what it looks like when it comes out. Now that, my friends, is delicious. Let me put this over here. So the next step that we're going to do is we're going to take the chicken out. Couple little extra pieces here. And what we need to do now is we need to thicken the sauce. Because the reason why you should do potatoes with this recipe is because this sauce is so good, you want to use it to put on your potatoes. Not only your chicken, but your potatoes as well. So that's the reason why we use potatoes as a side dish. But as you can see, this is really running. So I already got the burner going. So now we're going to thicken the sauce. So basically what I do is I have in probably here about 5 tablespoons of water, just tap water in this mug. And then you're going to take your big spoon and you're going to put in a heaping tablespoon of cornstarch. And you're going to mix this up really well. And of course, this is already boiling, so the sauce needs to be boiling before you put the cornstarch and water in on it. So you're going to mix this up really well. And it takes no time for this sauce to thicken. Sometimes you don't even need to use all this, and it's thickened up to the consistency that you want. Now, some people like this thicker than others. So already I like the consistency of this. And so as you can see here, I'll show you my consistency. Turn off the burner here. So this is the consistency that I like. It's about the consistency of gravy, if not a little bit thicker. And that's the way I really like it. So then what we're going to do is we are going to get a plate. We are going to put on some mashed potatoes. I am telling you, I wish that you could smell this kitchen right now, because it smells so good in this kitchen right now. It's not even funny. And we're not fancy around here. We just use our spoon to take a potato. I'm going to do the big one here in the middle. Now you can also, you can also do like asparagus or broccoli, cauliflower, steam all that, and put this with it if you want. And like I say, the reason why you use potato is because this sauce is to die for. It is so good. And again, as we do every week, we're going to do a taste test. Oh. That is, like I said last week, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 10. Such an easy chicken recipe. And I mean, I would definitely serve this to company, guests, whatever. Everybody loves this recipe. And again, like I do every week, cheers to you. If you like this video today, please give me a thumbs up. I would love to hear any comments, questions that you have in the comments section. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would really appreciate it if you do that. It would help me out a lot. And I hope you have a fantastic week and be the reason why someone smiles today. We'll see you on the next one.